Yeah, from here you can read. You can read Prashant Prabhu.
Sure. There is a passage in Hayasrita Panchatantra which states, "My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I do not want any resultant benedictions from my religious life, nor do I want any economic development, nor do I want to enjoy sense gratification, nor liberation. I simply pray to be an eternal servant of at your lotus feet. Kindly oblige me and give me this benediction."
Hmm. You can read further.
In the same Haya Hayasrisa Panchtantra, after Narasimha Dev wanted to give benediction to Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad did not accept any material benedictions and simply asked the favor of the Lord to remain his eternal devotee. In this connection, Prahlad Maharaj cited the example of Hanuman, the eternal servitor of Lord Ramchandra, who also set an example by never asking any material favor from the Lord. He always remained engaged in the Lord's service. That is the ideal character of Hanuman, for which he is still worshipped by all devotees. Uh, Prahlad Maharaj also offered his respectful obeisance unto Hanuman. There is a well-known verse spoken by Hanuman in which he says, "My dear Lord, if you like, you can give me salvation from this material existence or the privilege of merging into your existence. But I do not wish any of these things. I do not want anything which diminishes my relationship with you as a servant to master, even after liberation."
Hmm. Yes. So can you reflect on this?
Yes, Prabhuji. I think in this two paragraphs, they are citing, they are taking example of Prahlad Maharaj and Hanumanji, how they never asked anything else but be a servant of Lord and give their obeisance to the Lord. Even if Prahlad Maharaj was given an opportunity to get other material things, he just requested Lord Narasimha to provide him the shelter of his lotus feet.
What about Hanumanji?
And he's also citing like how Hanumanji asked Lord Ramchandra, that he can give him salvation from this material existence, or he also privilege of merging him into into Ramchandraji's existence,
Hmm.
and he doesn't want anything else apart from this.
Yeah. But this is amazing. Huh? There's a verse actually like this that Hanumanji is saying. Prahlad cited the example of Hanuman, and he's
Yeah.
saying that never ask any material favor, and says that there's well-known verse by Hanumanji may say, "My dear Lord, if you like, you can give me salvation from this material existence, or the privilege of merging into your existence. But I do not wish any of these things." Okay. Okay. Salvation from material existence or merging into existence, but I do not wish. I do not want anything which diminishes my relationship with your servant to master, even after liberation. So that shows how a devotee is only aspiring to be a servant of the Lord. Whatever Lord wants to give, you may give Lord, but I want to always remain your servant. That is how he's asking. Next, we can read Pranay Puri lecture or Srinivasan Puri lecture.
I'm Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm driving. I'm just hearing.
Okay, okay. So Pranay Prabhu, you can read.
Yeah. In a similar passage in the Narada Pancharatra, it is stated, "My dear Lord, I do not wish any perfectional stage by performing the ritualistic religious ceremonies or by economic development or by sense gratification or liberation. I simply pray that you grant me the favor of keeping me under your lotus feet. I do not wish any kind of liberation such as Salokya to reside on your planet or Sarupya to have the same bodily features as you. I simply pray for your favor that I may be always engaged in your loving service."
Yeah. So what is the reflection for you?
Yeah, so I think for a pure devotee, he always wants the to serve the Lord and engage in his devotional service, right? So he doesn't care of like rest of the things, basically like liberation and any very strict, I think, ritualistic activities or something, right? Like
Hmm.
so all of those, he doesn't want like any material thing, sense gratification. He just want to serve the Lord and want to serve under his lotus feet. And that's it.
Yeah. So this is all material perfection. Like he says, religious ceremonies.
Yeah.
After that, getting some economic development. Actually, some people are attached also to perform religious ritualistic ceremonies. But that gives them some kind of name fame also. And by attaining some perfection in religious ceremonies, one will also have some better economic development or some gratification. And those people who may be little more, like they understand that fertility of material prosperity and all. So then they will go for liberation. So this is how general hierarchy is. But he's saying that I simply want to be serving you. Please grant me the favor of keeping me under your lotus feet. I do not wish any kind of liberation. So all these five kinds of liberation are there. Devotee is not interested in any of them. But if there is service to the Lord, he can accept four of them. What are the four of them? Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, and Sarishti. So this has come before also. Salokya means same planet, Sarupya same body features, Sarishti same opulence, Samipya near to the Lord, and Salokya same. No, sorry, Samipya, Sarishti, Salokya, Sarupya same form as the Lord. So that way he can accept any of these four. But one thing he won't accept, one liberation, it's called Sayujya. Sayujya means merging in the existence of the Lord. That a devotee will never accept because there is no service at all. That's why he won't accept that one. Go ahead next. Venupra, you can read.
Similarly, in the 6th canto, 14th chapter, verse 4-6 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaja Parikrit inquires from Sukadeva Goswami, "My dear Brahmana, I understand that the demon Vritasura was a greatly sinful person and that his mentality was completely absorbed in the modes of passion and ignorance. How did he develop to such a perfectional state of devotional service to Narayana? I have heard that even great persons who have undergone severe austerities and who are liberated with full knowledge must strive to become devotees of the Lord." Can you move up? It is understood that such persons are very rare and almost never to be seen. So I am astonished that Vritasura became such a devotee.
Yeah. So here, Prachit Maharaj is inquiring from the Goswami that demon Vritrasura was a great sinful person. And he was completely absorbed in modes of passion and ignorance. How he developed such a perfection with the devotional service to Narayana? Because Vittasura was externally in the body of a demon. But he saw that his consciousness was completely different. He was praying for attaining again that opportunity to serve the servants of the Lord. He was praying. He says, what is that? Dasan daso bhavitas prabhuya. What it starts? Manasmareta pater gunaste vinit vak karma karotu. I don't know, the first line only for it. And it says, so he says that when will I again become servant of your servant? Engage in devotion service. So though he's in a demon body, but he's praying like that. So he's saying, I have heard that even great persons who have undergone severe austerities and who are liberated with full knowledge must strive to become a devotee of the Lord. It is understood that such persons are very rare and almost never to be seen. And how the Vitrasura has become the great devotee. So now see, Vitrasura is in the body of a demon, but his consciousness and his aspiration to serve the servant of the Lord is not gone. So that is something very special. The devotee doesn't mind to go to any kinds of situations of life, provided he is able to serve the Lord in some way. You can read further.
In the above verse, the most important thing to be noted is that there may be many liberated persons who have merged into the existence of the impersonal Brahman. But
Not Brahman, it's Brahman.
Brahman, yeah. But a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, is very, very rare. Even 1 out of millions of liberated persons, only one is fortunate enough to become a devotee.
Yeah. So Vitrasura was king. Our Chitraketu Maharaj. So Chitraketu Maharaj was already also the perfect devotee. He was having darshan of the Lord also because of the good sermon of Angira Rishi and Narad Muni. He could come out of his lamentation of his son Harshoka, who met death all of a sudden. Harshoka was so devastated, and then he hears the sermons given by Angira Rishi and Narad Muni. And then he becomes perfect in 7 days, actually. He gets the darshan of the Lord. But then, because of some kind of misunderstanding which happened, and Parvati cursed Chitraketu Maharaj, and that's how he became Vitrasura. So that kind of curse to become a demon did not at all make Chitraketu Maharaj very morose or fearful or nothing. That's why Shivji then quotes the verse, Narayana para sarve nakutashana bibhati swarga pavarga narkeshu apitulyatha darshanaha. See that my devotee, Lord Narayana, he is not affected by all this heavenly situation, hellish situation, heavenly body, hellish body. He's simply happy in serving the Lord wherever he is put in. Nakutashana bibhati. He has no fear of all the situations of life. So that is how the devotional service is above all these stages of sense gratification or economic development or liberations, above all that, because the consciousness is complete to serve the Lord. So devotee doesn't mind to go anywhere. And then he says also, Nataka prishtam, nachaparameshtam, na sarvabhamam, na sadhipatyam, na yoga siddhim, na punarbhavam, va samanjasatve virahaya kanchan. He says this again, that I don't want any Dhruvloka, I don't want liberation, I don't want heavenly planet. Nothing. I'm simply feeling separation from you, my Lord. That's what he says. So this is amazing, actually. Somebody else can read next. Pranay Prabhu, you have not, you have read, no? Venu Prabhu, you have. What's here? Ramneet Mataji, you like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, 8th chapter, verse 20, Queen Kunti is praying to Lord Krishna at the time of his departure. My dear Krishna, you are so great that you are inconvincible even to the great stalwart scholars and para, parama, para, parama, paramahamsas, paraham, paramhamsas, fully liberated souls. So if such great
Paramhamsas.
so if great um, so if great so if such great sages who are transcendental to all the reactions of material existence are unable to know you, then as far as we are concerned belonging to this less intelligent women class, how is it possible for us to know your glories? How can we understand you? In this verse, the particular thing to be noted is that personality of Godhead is not understood. Prabhuji, can you scroll up? Is not understood by great liberated person, but only by the devotees such as Queen Kunti in her humbleness. Although she was a woman and was considered less intelligent than a man, still, uh, Prabhuji, can you please?
कौन है आप?
Still, she realized the glories of Krishna. That is the purport of this verse.
Is it completed?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, yeah. So here, Kunti Devi's prayers. No, you tell him to bring in my room.
Sorry, where?
No, bring in my room. Tell him. Tell him to bring in my room.
एक मिनट राघु
Hare Krishna. So, yeah, so she says, my dear Krishna, you are so great that you are inconceivable. You went to great service scholars. So there's a verse, no? Muninam, Paramhamsa. Even they people they also cannot conceive the Supreme Lord. So he's so great. Such great sages who are transcended to all the reactions of material existence are unable to know you. Then how can an insignificant woman know you? So Kunti Mani very humbly praying like that. How can I know your glories? And how can we understand you? In this verse, the particular thing to be noted that the personality of God is not understood by great liberated persons also. So even if somebody is mukta, liberated from this modes of material nature and he has gone beyond the material world, still he may not understand the Lord because there are people who get stuck at Brahma Jyoti. So how rare it is to have the understanding of or to have devotion to the Supreme Lord or to have understanding of Krishna. It's very, very rare. So Kunti Maharani is saying that, but only by devotees, one can, the Lord is understandable. So, but only by devotees such as Kunti in her humbleness, God is understood. Although she was a woman and was considered less intelligent than a man, still she realized the glory of Krishna. That is the purport of this verse. So it doesn't matter, somebody may be a woman or child or low-born or sinful, anything. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is that if one is taking shelter of a pure devotee, taking shelter of Krishna, by being his devotee, then one can understand Krishna. So the way to understand Krishna is to be his devotee. This is how one can understand Krishna. Otherwise, one can keep speculating about Krishna for millions of births, but he is not able to understand Krishna. So that is the specialty about devotee. That's only devotee can know Krishna. Because pure devotee is dear to Krishna, so Krishna is happy to reveal himself. So as you become more and more devoted to Krishna, the more Krishna reveals to you. So let us read this last verse and then we'll pause. So we can read now. Puna Mata, you like to read?
Yes. Another passage which is very important is it as Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 7th chapter, verse 10, and is called the Atmaram verse. In this Atmaram verse, it is stated that even those who are completely liberated from material contamination are attracted by the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna. The purport of this verse is that a liberated soul has absolutely no desire at all for material enjoyment. He is wholly freed from all kinds of material desires, yet still he is irresistibly attracted by the desire to hear and understand the pastime of the Lord. We may therefore concluded that the glories and pastime of the Lord are not material. Otherwise, how could the liberated person known as Atmarams be attracted by such pastimes? That is the important point in this verse.
So Atmaram means he's self-satisfied. So he's saying that Atmaram was said that those who are completely liberated from material contamination, that means they have no attraction for anything in this world. They're satisfied within themselves. But they are attracted to Krishna, the transcendental qualities of Krishna. For example, Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was Atmaram. He had no material, attachments or any kind of attractions, nothing. We know that how when he was born, of course, he was not able to come out of the womb of the mother as well. But anyway, when he came, for a long time, then he directly wanted to just go in the forest and, not be at all influenced by any kind of attractions of this world. And when he was going, then he saw there were some ladies, they were actually taking bath in the pond nearby and they were not dressed. But Sukadeva Goswami was at all not disturbed. He was completely aloof of this bodily consumption. So he did not see them, Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. He did not see them as man or woman or anything, because he did not see the body only. He was self-realized completely. So that was his situation. But when some woodcutters, they chanted this wonderful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Aho Bakiyam Istanakalukutam, that verse was chanted by them, glorifying Lord Krishna's mercy, how he has the quality of being so merciful that even the Balaghatini, the Khechari, the Putana, she had ill intention to kill Krishna, though she had some hidden affection for Krishna also, because in previous life she was sister of Bali Maharaj. And when she saw Vaman Dev, she had felt some motherly affection, but when she saw that Vaman Dev has cheated Bali Maharaj and tried to take everything away, so she also felt very great anger and wanted to kill Vamana. So that's how she got the body of Putana. So although she had no visible intention, no conscious intention of actually being mother of Krishna, but still because of her previous lingering desire to feed the child Krishna, Vamandev that time. So Krishna saw that, and here Krishna saw the act. Okay, she is trying to feed me, and Krishna, just by seeing that act of acting like a mother, even though she had intention to kill, Krishna gave her liberation. And that also Krishna made her Dhatri. It's one of the position of being mother in the spiritual world. So then immediately Sukadeva Goswami got attracted to this verse and he became devotee. Of course, he's always devotee, but it's in the past time it is like that. So purport of this verse is that the liberated soul has absolutely no desire at all for material enjoyment. So wholly freed from all kinds of material desires. Yet still he is irresistibly attracted by the desire to hear and understand the pastimes of the Lord. So liberated souls are attracted to the pastimes of Krishna. So we therefore conclude that glories and pastimes of the Lord are not material. Otherwise, how could the liberated person known as Atma Rama be attracted by such pastimes? This is an important point in this verse, because many people know, they jump into 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, try to discuss about Radha Krishna pastimes and all. But the idea about these pastimes are only lust. They don't know the purity of this pastime. Those who are liberated souls like Sukadeva Goswami, they are relishing this Ras Leela. So how can there be any tinge of lust there? Because they are already liberated. They have nothing to do with lust. Then why they will taking interest in Radha Krishna pastimes, Radha Gopis and Krishna pastimes? It is not at all having any tinge of lust. Otherwise, they would have not discussed only. They would have not even talked about it. So that shows that the pastimes of Krishna with gopis has no tinge of lust, because people in this world, they are conditioned by lust. That's how they see the, with that dirty vision, with that wrong vision. They also think like that wrongly, which is very heavily condemned by Prabhupada. Prabhupada would always say that the Kurukshetra Leela and Krishna and Ras are non-different. One should be equally enthusiastic to hear. So, and also, of course, one should not jump to the Ras Leela directly. One should first go through all the first narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second canto. Gradually, as one becomes purified, and one is able to understand Krishna's position very firmly, then eventually one can come to 10th canto. But one shouldn't be eager just to jump immaturely. Okay. So any final reflection anybody has? Anyone has any reflection? Raghava, you want to say anything?
Yeah, Prabhu. So, like I understood, basically, like, firstly, what I read, right? The pure devotees.
Krishna?
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Yeah. So I was saying, just like a pure devotee always wants to serve the Lord. That's the main point, I think. He always wants his devotional service. He doesn't want any like development, economic development, or in this material world also, right? Or any liberation or anything. And he's happy like wherever, if we discussed this earlier also, right? Even in heaven or hell, wherever like Lord wants, like he can put the pure devotee. He's happy, just he wants to remember the Lord and he wants to serve him. And also we should not look like all the Ras Leelas and Kathas with our, I think, material eyes or that vision, right? Basically. Yeah, that is important.
Yes, Srinivasan, you want to say something?
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, no, same thing was Pranay Prabhu was covering actually. Same Atma Ramas, they're not who are satisfied with themselves. They are not interested in all this liberation or other things. So they're just they want to engage in services actually. The Chitraketu and Vritasura becoming a Vritasura and Vritasura pastime actually also depicting the same actually.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And Krishna and Putana, Krishna always sees the good actually, even though if one approaches with the evil intention, Krishna sees the good intention. Like the example is the Putana.
Correct. Yes.
The key point is we should always aspire for devotional service.
Yeah. Correct. And we have that opportunity by the grace of Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters. We have that opportunity to strive for pure devotional service and engage in pure devotional service. Even now, even though we are in conditioned state, but we have a pure devotional program. Okay, right now our mind and senses are not yet purified, but we can practice pure devotional service at our stage. and that way we can get purified, and eventually we can become pure devotee also. So anybody who is practicing pure devotion service, that we discussed elaborately before also in Nectar devotion, Anya Bilashata Shunyam. So we may not have all material desires zero, but if we are sincerely striving not to fulfill any material desire, but rather we want to purify from all material desire, then also we are practicing pure devotion service. So aspiring for pure devotion service and practicing pure devotion service. So we are pure devotees in practice in that sense, actually, even though we may not be fully purified right now. That's why the pure devotional service is called, in the sadhaka stage also, it is called pure devotional service also, only. We are not like following some other paths. We are following pure devotional path only. Even at the sadhaka stage, even when we are in Vaidhi sadhana, or somebody will be in Raghava sadhana, bhav bhakti, or prema. So Vaidhi sadhana, Raganuga, bhav, prema. All are actually practicing pure devotional service. Anyabhilashata Shunyam Gyan Karma Dhyanavitam is for all. Only thing is, as we get more purified, then we are at the higher stage. Yes, Prashant Prabhu and Venu Prabhu and Poonam Prabhu, Poonam Mataji and Ramit Mataji. I don't know if somebody else is there. Yes, Venu Prabhu.
Yeah, chanting unconditionally helps being in a, it becomes a part of subconsciousness. When somebody chants unconditionally, it becomes a part of subconsciousness, and when that person, wherever, in whichever form or wherever and however he is, it will help him in connecting back to the Godhead. And also intelligence, subconsciousness for chatting is more important than intelligence.
Where we discuss all this, Prabhu?
We just discussed, right? So we said like the intelligence is not, so he's subconsciousness. So I think in the last paragraph, I think we were discussing about, you said that even though he's intelligent, but it's not about intelligence. It has to be about chanting consciously.
Oh, basically, I think you are talking about when I said the Vritasura became demon, but he was having consciousness of a devotee that way.
Yes. So even though, I mean, some people are intelligent, some people are not, like you said.
Okay, yeah, somebody may be.
It's not about beautiful or intelligent or rich or whatever it is.
Yes,
If your
yes.
consciousness about chanting.
It's about taking shelter of Krishna. Anybody who takes shelter of Krishna, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yetimam param gati mi said, no? Striya Vaishyarata Shudra. Gita also it is said. Papa Yoni. Somebody may be from Papa Yoni, maybe less intelligent, maybe less intelligent woman or Shudra or low born. But if somebody takes shelter of Krishna, will get param gati. There is no bar. There is no bar. Anybody can become a devotee and can attain
There is no eligibility. Yes.
Correct. No material considerations.
Yes.
That's true. Yes, Prashant Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji, I think most of the points are covered. So basically, as you mentioned, that Krishna doesn't care if you are women, child, or someone sinful. If they can still get the shelter of Lord Sri Krishna and his lotus feet. So I think that's the one point which I remember, other than what it's already discussed.
Correct. Yes. Ravit Mataji and Puna Mataji want to share.
Yes, I want to say the self-realized person also don't want to liberation and salvation. He just want to serve the Krishna, lotus feet of
Self-realized person
Krishna.
also don't want to what?
Liberation and salvation.
Correct. You only want to serve Krishna. Correct. That's true. Yeah. And Ravneet Mataji want to share anything?
I think, so, Prabhuji, all the points are already covered. So I wanted to add that point which Prashant he has already said, like women, child, or whether someone is sinful. So only like only a devotee only by the true devotion one can know about Lord Krishna and taking his shelter. So that is what like I wanted to add in the whole conversation. But I think so. Yeah, that was also covered by Prashant.
Yeah. So yes, there is no bar. Anybody can take shelter of Krishna in perfection. Yes. And Ashish and Kaushik. Ashish Kaushik are telling that rice is very good and dal is very nice. But you heard no something.
Yeah.
What? So tell them one point.
Like, yeah, it's like, no, what Pranay Prabhu said what Pranay Prabhu said, I can completely agree with that. Like, we can, like Krishna, it's like the devotion can be in, if anyone can attend the spiritual, like either it's man, woman, child, and yeah.
Correct. Anybody can attain perfection. Man, woman, child, old man, intelligent, rich, poor, anybody. Take shelter of Krishna. Can attain perfection. Okay, so I'll pause here. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada.
Hare-
Take this.